both good fighters. Islam moving up. It's interesting to see what's he gonna do. But I think Islam will win.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely one of the biggest fights of the year so far, you know, and it's a big challenge. That's what I'm always chasing, the tough challenges. Yeah, I'm just excited to go out there, perform for my team, perform for my country, and put on a good show and retain the belt.
With UFC 322 just a few days away, the hype is growing and everyone is eager to see how the main event plays out. Jack Della Maddalena is being talked about as a serious threat to Islam Makhachev, but Khamzat Chimaev has brushed off those worries and confidently backs Islam to claim his second UFC belt. Jack Della Maddalena admits this fight is going to be very tough. He calls Islam Makhachev a complete fighter with sharp striking, elbows, knees, kicks, and punches, and real power from his southpaw stance. Jack says he doesn't see Islam as just a grappler, but as one of the best all-round martial artists in the world and dangerous in every position. Still, he believes that if he makes smart choices, he can have the advantage on the feet.
Comes to the striking of Islam Makhachev, I saw an interview with you and Style Bender, where you said you would rate it above Khabib. In general, how would you rank his stand-up if it were to stay on the feet?
I think he's got good stand-up. He's a well-rounded. He throws it all, elbows, knees, kicks, punches. He's got power, southpaw. It's a tough fight, you know. I definitely don't look at him as just a grappler. And yeah, the fight isn't just keeping it on the feet and it's going to be easy. The fight is pretty much the whole fight. It's a tough fight. One of the best martial artists in the world, you know. So I don't look at him as just a grappler. I think his strength is obviously in the grappling, but it's still a tough fight on the feet and I've got to make the right decisions. But I think I've got the upper hand on the feet.
Jack's plan is to keep the fight standing and hunt for a finish. He expects Islam to shoot for several takedowns, but aims to get back up each round, land clean shots, wear him down, and force a stoppage. Jack Della Maddalena said he sees it going a lot like the Belal Muhammad fight. Islam will go for more takedowns, but Jack believes he'll get back to his feet every time, sting him on the feet, damage him, break him, and then finish him. For Jack, the dream is to score a finish at MSG and blow the roof off the arena. Meanwhile, middleweight star Khamzat Chimaev is picking Islam Makhachev to beat Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322. He thinks the matchup is very exciting, especially with Islam moving up in weight, and expects Makhachev to lean on his wrestling to control the pace. In Chimaev's view, Islam's grappling will slowly shut down Jack's striking over the course of the fight.
Jack or Islam? Well, Islam will get the good and Jack will get it. My trainer, asking his coach, brother, wait, what he gonna say? We'll see. Your opinions?
10% od svog Madalena.
Islam doktor je zvar.
Je sam problem.
Coach says 55% Madalena, 45 Islam. But I think Islam, we will see. Both good fighters. Islam moving up. It's interesting to see what's he gonna do. But I think Islam will be more. He gonna use his wrestling more in this fight.
Neil Magny believes Jack Della Maddalena enters this fight with a real chance to win. He points to Jack's ability to handle strong wrestlers and uses his performance against Belal Muhammad as proof. Magny says many people assume Islam Makhachev will succeed the same way Khabib did, but reminds fans that they are different fighters. He feels Jack has the right tools to shock a lot of people and possibly come out on top.
On this fight, like, do you have a good feeling on who you think might win this one?
Yeah, I mean, this is my unbiased opinion. I'm not just saying this because I'm in Australia, but I feel like JDM has a really good chance going into this fight. I mean, he's definitely proven himself being able to shut down the wrestling in his fight against Belal Muhammad here most recently. And I think he's going to go out there and really shock a lot of people. I mean, I think a lot of people are giving him credit. You're accustomed to seeing guys like Islam win, and you're accustomed to associating his success with Khabib's success. But at the end of the day, those guys are two completely different fighters. And I think JDM definitely has the tools to go out there and shock a lot of people and beat Islam.
Luke Thomas thinks the key for Jack Della Maddalena is stopping takedowns and not giving up his back. He believes that if most of the fight plays out on the feet, Islam Makhachev could run into serious problems. Thomas respects Islam's striking, but feels that Jack's stand-up skills combined with Islam moving up in weight give Jack a clear edge in a mostly striking battle.
What do you actually feel like is going to be the X factor here for JDM to be able to beat someone as accomplished and difficult as Islam Makhachev here?
Back exposure and takedown defense and wrestling up, period. I mean, it just doesn't seem very difficult for me to think that if this fight is a striking contest predominantly, Islam's going to have real problems. Islam is not a striker by any stretch of the imagination. I think everyone would agree, but he's not JDM. And again, up a weight class too, not just in terms of pure ability, but how that leverages up a weight class. If he can make this a striking contest, then, you know, predominantly, not exclusively, of course, but predominantly, then I feel like it's his fight to lose, to be honest with you.
Luke Thomas goes on to say that Jack Della Maddalena has to avoid being taken down as much as possible and must never allow Islam to fully take his back. If he does get taken down, Jack needs to stand up quickly and not leave any openings for chokes or joint locks. Thomas explains that controlling the wrestling exchanges, protecting his back, and then making his striking count are all crucial if Jack wants to get the win.
But, you know, if he's constantly getting taken down, if he is being held down, if he is giving up back exposure, even then he might be able to find ways to win, but it makes the job radically more difficult. This is, if you're going to get taken, first of all, don't get taken down. And if you're going to get taken down, don't create back exposure and wrestle up quickly without creating submission opportunities. Like, that is the name of the game, in addition to how you set that up with your striking. But that wrestling up, back exposure, takedowns, he cannot have that be a significant part of this fight and I think win.
Luke Thomas also shares a strong example of Islam Makhachev's dominance in the gym. He recalls a sparring session between Islam and Puna Soriano, a full 185-pound fighter. Over a long 2-hour session, Soriano struggled to land anything clean or gain control at any point. Thomas uses the story to show just how dominant Islam can be, saying Soriano was left frustrated and unable to match Islam's skill.
So it was funny. He was saying one time, this was during the pandemic, he was rolling up to Extreme Couture and he had no one to train with for whatever time. And he called up Ali and he's like, I got no one to train with. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll send Islam to go. And he was Soriano at the time was a full 85er. And he said Makhachev murdered him for 2 hours. He couldn't do anything to him. He was like, I'm an 85er and this guy's a 55er. I can't do this guy. You know, and you're hearing I've just noticed there's a lot of that happening.
Furthermore, Dean Thomas says that in a matchup against submission expert Craig Jones, Islam Makhachev would need to push for an early finish to stay ahead of Jones's very focused grappling game. He believes Islam should bring the fight to the ground quickly, attack right away, and take advantage of openings before Jones has time to fully settle into his rhythm.
Well, I think that Islam's best chances are going to be really, really early. And I said it, if he can get him down early. Now, the Craig Jones element is a hack. It is a cheat code. Now, if you can get a man down early and just finish him before he gets started on his cheat codes, problem solved. If I'm Islam, you got to try to catch this man, because Jack's not he wasn't like the greatest grappler prior, right? Like he doesn't come from like a grappling background. Like he's competent, but if you can catch him early and get him to make a mistake early and then just never let him out, never let him get to his cheat code, that's where Islam's going to excel.
Robert Whitaker expects a very difficult matchup for Jack Della Maddalena, but still believes Jack can meet the moment. He praises Jack's hunger and competitive attitude, calling him the type of fighter who rises in tough situations and finds ways to beat high-level opponents, just like he has done against other top contenders in the past.
I don't think it'll be an easy fight for Jack, but I believe in Jack. I think he's got that X factor. He's got that hunger there. You know, he's got the ticker. And, you know, just like with Bilal, just like with Burns before, I think he can do the impossible.
Eugene Behrman has given his full support to Jack Della Maddalena, noting that Jack represents their side of the world. Behrman points out that Islam Makhachev is not unbeatable, reminding people of Islam's past knockout loss and Alexander Volkanovski's strong performance against him as proof that there is a path to victory. He admits some fans may not agree, but insists that a clear blueprint to defeat Makhachev already exists.
What is your feel on this one? And also, what do you think of the odds, man? Islam very heavy favorite going into this one.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was obviously backing Jack. Like Jack's, he's one of the boys from our neighborhood, so he's from outside of the world. And look, Islam. There's a blueprint for beating Islam. He's been knocked out before, and and Volk's beaten him already. You know what I'm saying? People are going to come in the comments about that.
Eugene Behrman also explains that while it's very hard to deal with Islam Makhachev's wrestling, there are patterns that can be used against him. He says Islam is excellent at landing single accurate shots when he controls the pace, but his flaws show up when he's pushed into long, high-pressure exchanges. Forcing him to throw multiple combinations under pressure can open gaps in his defense. Behrman believes a disciplined striker like Jack Della Maddalena can spot those openings and take advantage in those moments.
There's a bit of a blueprint out there. Look, if you can, obviously it's a difficult thing to counter the wrestling, but Islam, you'll find holes. What you have to do with Islam is you have to get him. He's very good at throwing one shot. He can pick you off and throw one shot very well. But you need to put Islam in a position where he has to fight to win the round, and that means he has to put 2 and 3 punches together. His vulnerabilities come when he has to fight with you and put 2 or 3 punches together. That's when the holes start appearing, and that's because you just, you're a wrestler. Like at a high level, the holes start really appearing when there's a lot of pressure, and you have to put 2 or 3 punches together to hang with the other person. And that's where Jack will find the vulnerabilities. But they know that, bro. They're a very smart team, and it's a very interesting fight.
That's all for today's video. How do you see this matchup playing out? Drop your predictions in the comments below.